In December 2022, Spain stepped up to take a penalty against Morocco, and the ball didn't move the way it used to. Pablo Sarabia hit the post. Sergio Busquets saw his saved. Carlos Soler watched his stopped too. 3 penalties, not one of them scored. An empire that once passed the ball to death couldn't find the net from 12 yards. 3.5 years later, in a stadium outside New York, the same nation lifted the World Cup for the second time in its history. This is the story of how the most beautiful team football has ever seen conquered the world, lost itself completely, and then, against every expectation, learned to win all over again. For decades, Spain were football's great underachievers. All that talent, all those world-class clubs, Real Madrid, FC Barcelona, and a national team that flattered and then folded, tournament after tournament. La Furia Roja, the fury that promised everything and delivered nothing. Then came Euro 2008. Under Luis Aragonés, Spain finally stopped trying to be someone else. Fernando Torres slid the ball past Jens Lehmann in the final against Germany, 1-0, their first major trophy in 44 years. But the trophy wasn't the revolution. The football was. This was tiki-taka, and to understand where it came from, you have to go back to Johan Cruyff. The Dutch master who arrived at Barcelona in the 1970s brought total football with him and built an entire footballing philosophy from the ground up. La Masia, Barcelona's famous academy, was his creation. The idea that technique, intelligence, and possession weren't just tactics, but a way of seeing the game. Pep Guardiola was one of Cruyff's pupils, and when Guardiola took over at FC Barcelona in 2008, he turned that philosophy into the most dominant club side the world had ever seen. Xavi, Andres Iniesta, and Sergio Busquets, all La Masia graduates, became the engine of both Barcelona and Spain. Keep the ball, and the other team can't hurt you. Keep it long enough, and you break their spirit before you break their line. By the 2010 World Cup, Vicente del Bosque had inherited a machine built on that foundation. Casillas in goal, Sergio Ramos and Puyol marshalling the back line, Piqué alongside them, Xabi Alonso dictating tempo from deep, with Xavi conducting the orchestra ahead of him. They didn't blow teams away, they suffocated them. David Villa, Spain's all-time record scorer, led the line. Clinical, intelligent, relentless. 7 goals in the tournament, the Golden Boot, and in the final, deep into extra time against a brutal Dutch side, Andres Iniesta, 116th minute. The assist from Cesc Fabregas. The goal that made Spain champions of the world for the first time. A nation that had waited its entire footballing life, finally on top. And they weren't done. Euro 2012. The final against Italy wasn't a contest. It was a coronation. 4-0. Spain became the first team in history to win 3 consecutive major international tournaments. Euro, World Cup, Euro. No one had ever done it. Arguably, no international side has ever played better football. This wasn't just the best team in the world. Many believed it was the best team there had ever been. The problem with reaching the summit is that there's only one direction left to go. Brazil, 2014. Spain arrived as world champions. They left after 8 days. The very first game, a rematch of the 2010 final against the Netherlands, turned into a public execution. 5-1. Robin van Persie's diving header still hangs in the air like an accusation. Then Chile beat them too. The champions were out in the group stage without a whimper. The truth was brutal but simple. The golden generation had grown old together. The style that once mesmerized now looked slow, predictable, tired. The world had watched tiki-taka for 6 years and finally worked out how to press it, how to trap it, how to hurt it. 2018 should have been the reset. Instead, it was chaos. 2 days before the tournament began, Spain sacked their manager, Julen Lopetegui, after he agreed to join Real Madrid behind the federation's back. Fernando Hierro took the reins with no time and no plan. They topped their group, but the football was hollow, over 1,000 passes against Russia in the last 16, and almost nothing to show for it. It went to penalties. And the hosts, ranked 70th in the world, knocked Spain out on home soil. Then came Qatar, 2022. Under Luis Enrique, there was hope again, a new crop of talent, a 7-0 opening thrashing of Costa Rica that made everyone dream. But then Japan beat them. And in the last 16, against Morocco, Spain did what Spain always did now. They controlled the ball, and they created nothing. 0-0, penalties again, 3 penalties taken, 3 penalties missed. Morocco went through, Spain went home. A team built on technical perfection couldn't score a single spot kick when it mattered most. 3 World Cups, 3 knockouts before the quarterfinals. The nation that had rewritten the rule book now looked like it had forgotten how to play. The critics were merciless. Tiki-taka was dead, they said. Spain were finished. Just another faded superpower living off old highlight reels. But something was happening in the background that nobody was paying attention to. His name was Lamine Yamal, and when Spain won Euro 2024, he was 16 years old. Under a new manager, Luis de la Fuente, Spain had quietly rebuilt, but not by cloning the past. This wasn't the patient, hypnotic possession of 2010. This was faster, braver, more direct. They still kept the ball, but now they used it to attack the throat, not just to keep it away from you. On the wings, Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal gave Spain something the golden generation never really had: genuine, terrifying pace in wide areas. In midfield, Pedri carried the torch that Xavi and Iniesta had passed down. Rodri, the best defensive midfielder on the planet, did what Xabi Alonso once did: protecting, recycling, driving. It was tiki-taka's DNA, evolved for a faster game. Cruyff's ghost, running at full sprint. The Euro 2024 final against England had everything. Nico Williams struck first. England hit back through Cole Palmer. And then, with 4 minutes left, Mikel Oyarzabal slid in at the far post. 2-1. Spain's 4th European championship, more than any other nation in history. The kids were back. But a European title is one thing. To truly complete the redemption, they needed the trophy they had been humiliated chasing for 12 years. The 2026 World Cup. 48 teams, 3 host nations. And Spain, no longer the fallen giant, but the favorites. Match after match, they dominated possession the way they always had. But now there was steel behind the silk. And the final gave us the perfect story. Spain against Argentina, the reigning champions. Lionel Messi, almost certainly playing his last ever World Cup match, chasing back-to-back titles. It was not a beautiful game. For 90 minutes, Argentina defended for their lives, and Emiliano Martinez in goal was superhuman, 11 saves, a record for any men's World Cup final in history. Spain hammered at the door, and the door would not open. It took until the 106th minute. Pedro Porro's cross, Nico Williams' header, dropping, and there was Ferran Torres, on as a substitute, to side-foot it home. 1-0, just like Iniesta in 2010, just like Torres against Germany in 2008. Spain, once again, winning the biggest game in football by the narrowest of margins, through control, through belief, through sheer refusal to break. Rodri lifted the World Cup into the sky. Spain's second star, 16 years after their first, and after everyone had written them off for dead. Here's what makes this story special. Most footballing empires fall once and never truly return. The great sides fade, and we spend decades comparing everyone who follows to a ghost. Spain did something rarer. They built a masterpiece, watched it crumble, wandered in the wilderness for the better part of a decade, and then built a second masterpiece out of the wreckage. Not a copy of the first, something new, something faster and hungrier, that remembered where it came from. And consider this, as their men lifted the World Cup, Spain's women were already the reigning world champions, Alexia Putellas, and a generation of players who claimed the 2023 Women's World Cup in Australia, and Spain sat ranked #1 on the planet. The first nation ever to hold both crowns at the same time. This isn't a lucky generation. It's a footballing culture, rooted in Cruyff's vision and La Masia's classrooms, that learned how to renew itself. The rise gave us the most beautiful football we may ever see. The fall reminded us that nothing lasts, and that even genius grows old. But the rise again, that was the hardest part of all, and the most human. Because anyone can win when they're on top of the world. It takes something else entirely to lose everything and find a way back. From Vienna in 2008 to New Jersey in 2026. The empire didn't just survive, it was reborn.